goals you'd like to achieve. We're here to see you through. We're invested in you. We're invested in you. You can depend on us. We will take care of you with a legacy of commitment you can trust. Have to walk along with you. Want you to know we care, and we will strive to do our very best to help in your success. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Mommy, remember you told me if I pass all my exams, you would buy me a brand new laptop computer, a cell phone, and a PlayStation 4? Well, here are the results.
Wow, son, you did great. But where can I find all these stuff at affordable prices?
Smart Electronics, Mommy. They have stuff for the entire family. They have washing machines, cell phones, tablets, refrigerators, TVs, blenders, irons, microwave ovens, Bluetooth speakers, and much, much more. And they are located at Port Zante opposite the food court.
Wow, but son, where did you get all these information?
My friend told me, and he also told me if you buy them somewhere else, they won't last.
Is that so?
Yes, Mommy, so I don't want you to buy them anywhere else but Smart Electronics.
Okay, son, get dressed. We are going down to Smart Electronics.
No need to go to St. Martin anymore. We have everything available right here in St. Kitts. And remember, we have only one store in St. Kitts, and we are located at Port Zante opposite the food court. Smart Electronics, way to live a smart life.
Meet the Johnson family, living a good life. How are they able to afford all this? By switching their mortgage to National. And you too can take advantage of this great offer. Yes, National Bank's Switch Mortgage will make your dreams a reality with the lowest interest rates guaranteed. You will have more disposable income than ever before. Imagine the possibilities. National Bank Switch Mortgage makes all the difference. Come home to National Bank and get your Switch Mortgage today. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply.
25 minutes moving out to the hour of 10 o'clock. Welcome back to the morning show and welcome to our conversation Fire Talk. In the studio with me this morning, I have Timothy and Karen. That's the name, Karen? In the studio with me this morning, and we're going to let Timothy start the ball in as usual. He'll make all the necessary introductions and let you know why Karen is here and also what we'll be talking about this morning. Timothy, good morning once again, and good morning, Karen.
Good morning, GQ. Good morning, listening audience. You slightly said his name just a little off, so I would let my guest introduce himself.
Good morning, GQ, and good morning to the listening public. I am Fire Substation Officer Carindale Hodge, and the first time I'm here sitting in on Fire Talk.
Okay, great.
All right.
Carindale.
Carindale.
Okay.
Carindale.
Like Karen.
And, it's a unique name. Unique name.
Yes. I do apologize, my friend.
That's okay.
Yeah, so GQ, today we just want to emphasize to the public what fire services is all about. There has been, a lot of misconceptions out there on social media, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So we just want to bring it back home to the public, the roles and responsibilities of the fire services, and maybe to highlight, an incident where persons may have thought that the service may not have done justice, so to speak. So one such event that I can recall that persons in the ear talking about is a house fire that took place in Lagreed. This was on Friday the 13th, October 2023, and the call took place about 2100 hours, 08. In local time, it's just after 9, 8 minutes past 9. Now, the fire services, they wasted no time in responding to that call, because it was just about a minute after that they left the station. This was indeed the supervisor who was on shift on that particular night. The fire services, we have a response time. Whenever a call comes in, we have 3 minutes to get ready, meaning from the moment the bell goes down, it's to grab our gears, get to the appliance, have that appliance roll out of the station. No matter what we are doing in the station, everything ceases. So if someone is in the shower taking a bath and that alarm goes down, your shower ceases. You have to get out of that bath and get dressed onto the appliance. So it was roughly about a minute that the officers then were out. Now, well, maybe I could turn over some of that aspect to the supervisor, seeing that he was the person on scene. I ended up arriving on scene, but I was, when they were already at the fire, etc., etc. So, Mr. Hodge.
All right. So, as Mr. Martin would have said, I was the supervisor working on the night of that fire in Lagreed, and according to our diary, which is the official record, the call came in at 21:08, and I left with my crew at 21:09, which was an excellent response. Given the information, as soon as the bell went down, we were told, hey, somebody called, said there's a house fire in Lagreed. So the crew hustled and we left the yard. And they went to the scene, persons got instructions and look at the bay set, the air tank, and so forth. And yeah, we had a very, very good response. However, we arrived at the scene, wasted no time, went straight into action, as we call it, where we laid out the hose and started our duty of fire suppression. challenges at the initial stage of the fire were few. One, there was an issue of electricity being in the building still. So it didn't deter the suppression because we went into action still. However, what the unit did was use a pike pole, and we just burst the live wire from the building, left it hanging. So persons that were part of the crew would have known, well, the wire is live, so we wasn't operating in that specific area, but we continued our duty of fire suppression. One of the other challenges that we faced was that of the water supply. At the time, well, we know there is a general issue where at a time in the night the water goes off in certain area. Lagreed was one of them. However, at the time there was still water in the line. It was very low, but we had an issue where the device we had could not connect to that specific hydrant. That was being looked into to get that rectified. But I must say that the appliance we went with, it carries 750 gallons of water. It was filled at the time, and it did a really good job in our initial fire suppression. And the airport crew was called out, and that crew came down led by Mr. Travis Carty. They had a great response time, and they were on the scene to supply us within 3 to 5 minutes of the time our water had finished. So we were out of water, yes, but for a very short while, and we went ahead and we did what we had to do in terms of fire suppression.
So GQ, there is this misconception that persons tend to go with on a regular, that the fire services, our fire trucks, the respond to a fire empty. I want to say to the general public that is absolutely not the case. Our fire appliances are always filled with water. Imagine you have a fire truck that is supposed to suppress fires, sitting at the fire station in an empty state where the water, the media that is supposed to be used to extinguish the fire, that truck is absent of that, and we would respond to an emergency of such without that said media. That is totally, if I should use the word, crazy. All right, those fire trucks, with the pumping capability of those trucks can be emptied within a matter of 2 to 3 minutes. Right, so 1,000 gallons, which is the highest capacity that we carry for the municipal side, within 3 minutes that truck can be empty. So we have to rely on the fire hydrants to supplement the truck with water. The absence of the area being absent of water from the hydrant, we then would have to traverse to another location in order for us to get water. So I just want to let the general public know that we do not move our fire appliances without water in them.
Was that one of the concerns raised?
That was one of the concerns persons, indicating, and it's not just for that particular fire. It's for, I've been hearing it too numerous now. Yeah. So we don't carry an empty truck of water. It's always filled. All right.
And as Mr. Martin said, the trucks are filled. So the arrival of the tender from the airport, those are very big trucks. That came down with 3,000 gallons of water. And after it arrived, then the truck that we were using from Bastia was being used to head water from downtown up to keep that truck
Right.
in a fighting capacity for
Right.
the fire.
Was it sufficient?
The truck was sufficient, yes. At no point in time did we go out of water again after that airport truck arrived, because we used the 750 truck back and forth, just keep on filling that 3,000 gallon truck.
Okay.
So it was sufficient for us at that time.
Timothy, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I would just want to reiterate, our mission statement. Maybe you could share that with the audience. The mission statement.
The mission for the St. Kitts and Nevis Fire and Rescue Services is to protect and safeguard the lives and property of citizens and the general public by reducing the dangers and effects of fires and explosion. And we try to live within our mission on a daily basis. And I must say that from back in the days to where the fire service is now, I feel we are in a much better position to serve the public as we are doing presently.
Given the fact that he mentioned, the electricity was one of the challenges that they face. You see that they still operated. Granted, the fire services they have to keep themselves safe as well. The members within the service. So even though there might be hazards, and they have ways and means of dealing with these hazards, while the hazards are present, they still have to keep in mind their safety as well. So in terms of the electricity part of it, by busting down the live wire, de-energize the electricity from the house. Skelec was also called in as well, so they came and they did the final wrapping up in terms of dealing with the electrical component. But the officers, I think they did a splendid job. Despite the fact that the house, it wasn't able to be saved holistically, but the officers they did a great job in terms of the way in which they attacked the fire and the whole fire suppression of that fire.
Are there any other concerns you would like to address now?
Other concerns? What kind of concerns do you think we could touch? Not at this point. Just a matter of traffic. Whenever the fire appliance is on the road, having persons obey the law in terms of pulling over to your left whenever you hear an emergency siren, you see the emergency lights, because then that takes up time while we are traversing on the road. When we have to compete with the traffic, when persons don't obey the laws of pulling over, then it makes it more challenging for the fire appliance to get to where it's going. The fire appliance is a large appliance, larger than the regular vehicles on the road. So with persons staying in their lane, we have to traverse through incoming traffic as well. It makes it a bit more challenging. So we're asking the general public to, pull over to the extreme left, allow the emergency vehicle to pass so that we can get the job done in a more efficient time.
Karen Dale, anything from you before we wrap up this morning?
Well, for me, I would like to, again, tell the general public that we are here to serve you. We from the fire department, we do the best we can. And if I must go back to that fire again in Lagreed, what happened at that time, I would like to impose on the general public that when there is a fire in the home or anywhere, the first thing you do, no matter how small it is to call the fire department. Because at times persons try to suppress the fire themselves with whatever means. But by the time they're ready to call us, it's because it's so big. Because given the fact that we received the call at what time and we responded within a minute, while when we got to Lagreed, the house was fully engulfed.
Wow.
Everything inside was burning. And the suppression that my team did was so good that at the end of the fire, the roof over there is still on the house. And we know when that kind of heat, the roof does collapse and so forth. It's still standing. So I would like publicly to commend my crew, if I may name them. I would just leave it as that.
Okay.
But they did a very, very good job in fire suppression, and just impose on the public, no matter how small the fire is at the time, please to call the department. We are here to serve you. We don't mind if we get a call, and by the time we reach, you get it put out. That is okay. Just call us still, we would come. So that's it for me.
Timothy, thank you so much. Garandale, thank you for being here as well. Your first ever Let's See You Again, or that depends on your boss,
It depends on my boss.
Oh, okay. Timothy, any last words from you, my friend?
To reiterate to the general public to stay safe, stay fire safety conscious, and have a good week.
Thank you both for being here this morning. And thank you for listening, thank you for watching. And tune in next week, same time, same place, for another edition of Fire Talk.